ما عنديش أبيات أجري لي وشي صافي بزاف وأنا عندي وأنا عندي أنا بزاف بزاف لا 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 أي أنا بزاف صافي 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 هو
So I'm just going to look through this again. Remember, we're just looking at this more from a technical point of when could you intervene if you were going to intervene. Not every situation is the same. You may be able to give up your stuff and just walk away. It really just depends. We're just looking at from this situation. If you understand what you're looking for, it then gives you an opportunity to then start to potentially engage. Now, at this point here, at the moment, the attacker is not expecting really any resistance, as it were. The guy is obviously very submissive, which is a good thing to do in these situations. Play down, don't be aggressive, drop your ego, and it can actually work to your favour. In this situation here, you can see how close he now is. If you were going to go, this could potentially be the time you would now go. And you potentially have to try and clear the arm where possible and get hold of that tricep to stop the attack, which is obviously what this guy does. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Just continuing on a little bit more. Now, obviously, what happens here is the defender sort of starts to reach. Now, what that does is it puts the attacker on guard. And now what he will do is he will now keep the weapon away, make it a lot harder for you. And now you're going to really struggle then to look to get any opportunities. Remember, there could be retaliations from this as well. They may get angry, may get aggressive. Now, you can see he's obviously reaching right across here, which is really one of the hardest things to do in these situations. So he's reaching across and he's got himself a little bit sort of tangled up, and now he's reaching across with the other arm. The problem you've now got is that knife or the blade could come straight down that line and you're in the way. If possible, what you could potentially look to do is to try and clear that leveraging arm and come around the back, so you sort of move to sort of this type of area here. So you can clear the arm and get round to the back into a body lock type position. If you train, you'll understand what body locks are. Try and get to that position, then start to fight from there. So he's tracking the bicep, which is a good thing, and then bang, straight into that clinch there. Just want to come back a little bit again. See as well, he's tracking that bicep. It's a good thing to do. It's probably the longest thing you'll be able to do. So just sort of a thumb sort of grip into that bicep, try and track it and trace it. It lets you know where that arm is. Also may slow down the attack. We have to stop the attack to a certain extent. From that point then, obviously, then he moves into the clinch and goes bang, straight underneath. Arm underneath that tricep. I don't know if he's trained before or if he's just instinctively done it, I'm not sure, but getting that tricep gripped will help prevent the pullback. So obviously that attacker's going to want that blade back and ballistically sort of pull it back towards him. Unfortunately though, what he does is he blades himself and he's hugging that arm. Now that's good in a way because it will stop the weapon coming up and up to your face, which they can do if they bend their arm, because he's leaning right over it. But unfortunately he's too sort of bladed. Ideally, what you'd need to try to do is you want this foot here to sort of come out more, so you're sort of more square on. This knee here would be sort of going straight into the groin where possible. And you could try and keep two hands on. You could potentially keep this arm under control, and then this arm here would then go up to free in the neck. Obviously, that's quite a lot of technical information. If you train, you'll understand that. The priority is to get this arm through and then trap. The reason for that is going to go again and potentially going to come different angles. So if I don't do that and it starts coming different angles, so it starts going a couple here over the top, So here and over the top, I'll just get overwhelmed eventually. So I'm looking at that arm as best as possible through, catch, and now we roll into this position here. Lean your weight over, and now we look to just start driving these in. Right, I'm not looking for any Gucci disarms from here. Just folds and over. The one I need to anticipate the recoil, so I need to catch it as best as possible. I don't necessarily need to end up here or here immediately. I can fight from there. As long as that hand is on the tricep, I'm in a better place, and then I can start to sort of get easy and fight from there. Make sense? But that's really the biggest point. He's done the right thing though. He stopped that threat, and then he just locks on, keeps it clamped, and then sort of fights for survival from there. He's quite lucky in a way though, really, because the attacker was not that committed in doing tons of damage to him. So he managed just to hang on, which is what worked for him in this case. But this is the importance of really understanding technical details, of having an approach, understanding what can and can't go wrong in these situations. This situation here, if you've trained with us before, you probably would have you've seen that situation quite clearly before. You've trained it loads. You would have known by grabbing the arm in that sort of way that you would end up body locked. So this is why it's important to train. You can't just run away. You can't always just comply. You need to back it up with good skills as well.